Hey, everybody. I am back with today's Monday Mindset Makeover. So sorry I missed you guys last week. Things got away from me a little bit on Monday, but I'm here today. So thank you for joining me. So today I'm going to talk about that I had a little scare. I did. I seriously did this morning, and I know that a lot of you guys are going to be able to relate to this. Okay, so I was, doing my usual morning stuff. Like I had checked my phone and checked Facebook and my email and all of that. And then I put my phone down and I went and did something. And then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I need to do this. Whatever. I forgot. Whatever. Send a text or something, right? And so I go back to my phone and I pick it up and nothing. Nothing happened. It was blank. I pressed the button, nothing there, right? It's just blank screen. So then I go for the restart, right? Because now I'm like, okay, well, this can't happen. Go for the restart. Nothing's happening on the restart. Who's been there? Okay, can you guys relate to this? Who has had this scare happen to them? Give me a hand raise in the comments if you guys have had the oh no, my cell phone is not working. I don't know what happened. It was working a second ago. Now it's not. You guys been there? Who's been there with me? Give me a hand raise if you've been there. Drop it in the comments for me. Okay, so yes, we have, I think, all been there where we've had the freak out moment, the scare, where nothing's happening. The screen is blank. Well, good news. I'm looking at my phone right now and you guys are there. So it works. Yay. But it got me thinking today. And I thought that this would be a good mindset makeover for all of us because I know that many of us have been in this situation and we all are becoming more and more reliant upon our devices. And so, let's kind of just be honest about this and tell me. There is a lot of studies that say that probably 84% of cell phone users say that we could not go an entire day without our device. So time to fess up. Who's with me on that? Put a Y. No backup. I hear you, Azzy. Put a Y in the comments if you're one of those people who feels like, man, I don't think I can go a full day without my phone. Drop me a Y. Let me know if that's you. And let's just be honest, right? We're all there. We're all there. Also, give me a comment, give me a Y in the comments if you have had that, right? You have had that freak out moment and honestly, like your heart nearly stopped. Your heart stopped because your phone's not working. I mean, when we think about it logically, we're like, what? But truthfully, right, that happens to us where we get that scared, like that freaked out in that moment about, oh my gosh, my phone's not working, right? And so if you're like me, your average cell phone user, you're probably looking at this device about every 6.5 minutes, right? I kind of enjoy the fact that I get a break when I'm seeing clients because I can't look at my phone. So I have an entire hour at a time. And then I have the excuse that I'm going to be scheduling our next appointment so that phone gets picked up right away. And there's all of my notifications and messages that I've been missing for the past hour. But sometimes they go directly into another session. And so I can't do anything about that. And it's kind of a nice break. So I was thinking about that and I'm thinking, well, you know what, you guys, let's just talk a little bit about powering down. How do we take that break? How do we shut down especially when we're working sometimes from our phones, when that's our income, that's our livelihood. And so let's just talk about why. Why is it important for us to power down once in a while? Well, we've kind of talked about this in some other mindset makeovers, but man, that Facebook thing that we're on right now, it can be our greatest enemy, right? And so if we're powering down and we're giving ourselves a regular break from that, then that is actually helping us to remove some of those unhealthy feelings of jealousy and loneliness and all of that other garbage that comes up when we think that everybody else's life is great and ours isn't, right? All that comparing that happens. So that's reason number one to power down and to take a break, right? The next one is it gives us a chance to find some solitude, to evaluate, to connect with a higher power, to just be, right? And to be present in the present. And so those things are really important for us, and to just kind of come back to ourselves and to come back with a connection with something beyond electronics and people on the internet. And so that's important too. So, okay, so those are some of the reasons about why. So I'm going to give you 4 things that we're going to try and do less of, and 4 things that we're going to try and do more of in this attempt to kind of power down and give ourselves a break from the technology and from the constant information that's out there and from the addiction to the device, right? So, okay, so number 1, this is a number 1. We're going to try and start the day without the device, right? Man, that's kind of hard. I'm going to admit it. I'll be the first one to admit that I pick up that phone. It's what I do. And I wake up, I'm like, all right, time to get going with my day. Let's see what the date is. Let's see what the weather is going to be today. Let's see what I might have missed while I was, doing that important thing called sleep. And so, yeah, that phone is the first thing. But what if we decided that the phone wasn't going to be the first thing? And maybe the first thing is maybe some of these, what we're going to do more of things that I'm going to talk about in a minute. So that's one less starting your day with a device. Think about powering down for one period of time each day. So I find it very important for me to take a walk every day. I really enjoy taking a walk, and I purposefully leave my phone at home when I take a walk. I also leave my phone at home when I go to the gym. I actually have just an old-fashioned iPod that I use, and I don't bring my phone in for music because I don't want to be interrupted. My workout time is my time. And so think about that. Think about what's one period of time that you can have that you're leaving your device. It's going to be okay. People kind of get used to knowing that you're not going to be available sometimes. And the world doesn't end. It really doesn't. So give that a shot and see what happens. Another piece of advice is to manage your time wasters. So what are the time wasters? Well, I know for a lot of people for a long time it was Candy Crush. I don't know how popular that is. I never really played Candy Crush, but I know certainly I can get so caught up in social media that that's a time waster for me. So just think about that. What are some of your time wasters, and how can you reduce some of those, or maybe even remove them altogether for a certain period of time. And then also it's recommended that you take an extended break from technology for like on a regular basis. So maybe once a year. So a lot of people give up Facebook or social media for like Lent, those kind of things. But think about an extended period of time. I would prefer going out of the country and not having an international plan so that I don't have my cell phone. I've done that a couple of times, and I feel really weird because all the people in that country are looking at their cell phones for the most part. I've been to some countries where that's not the case. But man, that's a good experience too, to just not have it available to you, right? So think about taking those extended breaks. All right, so now the 4 things that you want to get more of. If you are just joining the broadcast now, make sure you hop back and watch from the beginning so that you don't miss out on the 4 things that we're going to do less of in order to unplug and avoid the scare that I told you about at the top of this video. So, okay, so more of. So this is the thing. When we are on our devices, our brains are not working. I just watched, I don't know if anyone else saw this. Give me a thumbs up if you guys saw this broadcast on TV. I think it was on 2020 over the weekend, where they talked about cell phone and gaming addictions. And they did some really interesting brain imaging studies about it and showed just like how inactive our brains are when we're gaming, when we're just scrolling through social media, when we're just focused on technology instead of the world around us, and our brains are not active. We're like killing our brain cells by doing this. And so here are 4 things to do more of, so that you can get your brain working again, right? And get some of that activity happening up there again. So taking a walk, a 20 to 30 minute walk every day, is a great way to regenerate your brain cells. It's a great way to get things rolling up there again, and to get you moving. So the other thing on the other side of that is sleeping. And so sleeping without a TV on, without technology on, giving your brain truly time to rest and regenerate, that also helps increase your brain activity. So that's important. And then just getting outside, being in nature. There are so many studies about the effect, of course, of having sunshine, but just being in nature, breathing fresh air is one of my mottos. It's what I always say, right? Is get out there, breathe some fresh air, take a walk. But that actually is shown to increase creativity. So when you're in nature and you're not distracted by a device while you're in nature, you're actually increasing your brain's ability to be creative. And so we want to do more of that, right? Because then we get more activity up there and we're better at everything else that we're doing. And then the last thing is to get outside of your comfort zone. This is also a creativity feeder. So when we challenge ourselves to do something that we're not comfortable with, like a live video might be one, but also just to take chances and take a risk in life, right? That gets us more creative, and it gets our brain stretching and growing, which is what we wanted to do. Because the last thing we want is to be the repeater. Every day is the same. It's Groundhog Day. Nothing changes. Life is without luster and excitement at that point. So let's make it more exciting. Let's try to break away from this thing, this phone that we're all looking at right now, right? And let's give our brains a break and have an opportunity to be creative and have more activity in our brain. And I think that kind of leads overall to happiness and more satisfaction in life. So thanks a lot for joining, you guys, and checking out what I had to scare about today. I hope that you found some value, and if you did, I would really appreciate it if you could share my video, share it with someone, share it on your page, and follow me if you've enjoyed today's Mindset Makeover, and have a great day. Get out there, take a walk. All right, we'll catch y'all later. Bye.